What's going on, guys? I'm Jacob and this is Maker Cuisine, and today I'm going to show you how I make guacamole. Alright, so the first step is to clear off our cutting board so we got space to work. So I'm going to get all this out of the way and then we'll set up a bowl so we can get started. First thing we're going to do is start with our onion. Alright, and I'm going to take out the knife, chop, cut a slit down the side. So we're going to peel it so we have a nice clean surface and a nice clean onion. We'll cut that in half. And there's a lot of ways to make guacamole, but for me it matters in the order that you make it. So I'm starting with the onion for a particular reason, and you will see that in a moment. And then we're just going to slice our onion down, small dice, right? You can do it as big or as small as you want. I like small dice for my guacamole because I really want it to mix in with the avocado well, right? Making sure to be very careful, always use a sharp knife. The sharp knife is safer than a dull knife. Right. Give that a couple passes and we're good to go. Alright, then we're just going to grab up our onion, right, and put it straight into the bowl. Now we're going to do the tomato. So for the tomato, I'm going to just take the core out, stick your thumb in there, right with a knife, and then you're just going to go right around. You can choose not to take the core out, but it's really not the most appetizing, so I like taking it out. Slice that guy right in half, and just like with the onion, we're going to go straight down. Nice sharp knife really makes this easy, so make sure your knife is sharp. We're going to slice down, right? Slice across. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it this way, you can slice these down into slices and then lay them flat and dice them like that. That works too. Whatever floats your boat. And we're going to slice these guys down. Alright. Alright, and then just like the onion, we scoop it up and put it right into our bowl. Alright, so now that we got our tomatoes and onions in the bowl, next up we're going to do our limes. So we got our limes back, and we had a friend join in, so we're going to cut our limes in half. Right, and we're going to juice them straight into the bowl. And the reason why I'm doing it in this order is I'm adding the tomatoes and the onions first because I want to pickle the onions and tomatoes, and it's going to make the onions less harsh and soften them a little bit so they'll be nice and tender as well. So we're going to take that and we're going to save one lime on the side here. And we got our fancy lime squeezer, right? And we're going to go straight into the bowl. So the punch up, we have our lime juice in there, so to punch up the liminess even more, I'm actually going to zest some of the lime zest into the bowl. And that's just going to intensify the flavor that much more. It's going to be nice and limey, and I like my guacamole with a lot of lime. So that's just what I like to do. I'm going to tap that guy in there. Right, you can add as much or as little as you want. All right, and I think that's good. We got our lime juice and our lime zest added. I'm going to add some olive oil. It's going to help with the flavor, as well as later on it'll help keep it from oxidizing. Alright, so now we got our olive oil side. We're going to season this. So I like to season the tomatoes and onions while it's in there. Kind of adds to the whole pickling process. So we're going to add a little bit of salt, right? Just enough to taste. And we'll adjust as needed. Right, we're adding in some fresh cracked black pepper. Right. That's going to be nice. And then I'll add a little bit of garlic powder straight from the can. paprika. I love paprika. It's gonna add a little bit of spice as well as a slight bit of smokiness to that, along with a little bit of chipotle. And that's also smoked. It's gonna add a nice little smokiness to it and a good bit of heat to that. We're gonna mix everything up and let everything set and get all nice and happy. And then we'll move on to the next step. So next, we're gonna add our cilantro. So I'm gonna chop it up above the stems. It doesn't matter if there's like some stems in the top. In my opinion, it's all gonna get chopped up and eaten anyway, so I'm not gonna stress too much about it. We're just gonna throw those guys to the side, and then we're just gonna rough chop all this. Again, you can go as big or small as you want to. Great thing about guacamole is that it's super versatile. Like, this is the way that I'm doing it, but you can add raw chopped garlic to it, and multiple different kinds of seasoning. If you don't like lime, you can do lemon. I've seen people do lemon. I've seen people do this sacrilegious thing of adding sour cream, which is fucking terrible, but like, if they want to do it, they can do it. So we're just gonna rough chop our cilantro. Pick that up, and everything right in. Mix that up, let that get all nicely incorporated. All right, and finally we come to the avocados. All right, so starting with an avocado, cutting this in half. Be very careful. I like laying my hand flat. All right, and we're just gonna, from the center, and just work your way around. And then you just twist, right? And now for the seed, there's a trick to it. You can do it with a knife, right? It's the best way that I found. Come down, straight down, always this way. Don't come at it like this. My fiance is a nurse. She has seen people do this and have the knife go straight through them. Not fun. You don't want to get hurt making guacamole. It's a fun process. We just want to have fun here and eat good guacamole. And also, this is a good time. If you ever get one that's like kind of shatters like on you like this, just kind of go in there, push it out. Alright, we're going to take our bowl now, put it in the center, and we're going to take a wire whisk. We're just going to start mashing it. Everything gets mashed now. This is the fun part. I like using a wire whisk because it's, you know, all the different wires and things helps to cut up the avocado really nicely. You can also use a fork. Hell, if the avocados are ripe enough, you can use a big spoon. Yeah, but I like using a wire whisk. Cuts everything up. This out. We're going to transfer it into a new bowl. A little bit of garnish, make it look nice and pretty. And the best way to enjoy guacamole is obviously with some chips and a cold beer. And that's how I make guacamole. So the only thing left to do is enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Big shout out to my patrons who helped make this possible. Their donations what helped me buy the ingredients to make this and fund the filming of this new episode as well. Steve Huber, Marion Ward, Corey Wall, and Nick Vespa. You guys rock. Thank you all so much. And thank you again for watching. Leave a comment down below what you thought of this recipe and how you make your guacamole. Do you do it different spices with lemon juice, lime juice, let me know. And let me know what you thought of this recipe down below. Thanks again for watching. And remember, do what you love and enjoy what you make. Because I sure do. See y'all next time.